is brought to you by EXO Auto Works. EXO Auto Works is Colorado Springs' home of the $40 synthetic blend oil change. Call now, 719-375-3232, or visit exoautoworks.com to make your appointment. Enharmonic Studios. Enharmonic Studios is a hybrid digital analog facility designed to be quality and affordable to anyone who wants to make history. Call today, 719-963-2020, or go to facebook.com/Enharmonic Studios. Trevor's Beard is brought to you by The Beard Struggle. The Beard Struggle is my go-to for beard hygiene and styling products, so you should click the link below and use the code TLANE15, that's TLANE15, for 15% off your order. The Toolbar, our new line of handmade soap produced in partnership with Crafts by Carolyn Lane, available on Etsy. This soap packs a punch of manly scent, like oak and fig, fresh cut lumber, cedar, and more masculine fragrances being developed all the time. With the soft touch of natural oils to cleanse and moisturize, use the link below to buy the Toolbar now. Once you try it, you'll never want to wash with anything else.
From EXO Auto Works. Streaming all over the world. It's your weekly dose of toxic masculinity. With Eric Madrid and Trevor Lane. It's Mad Tools.
Yo. Multi-band. It's not like, you have the opening band and then something. It's actually literally a multi-band.
So if you're watching us on video, you may notice that we have something going on at the bottom there that is not Linktree.
So the powers that be decided we were just speaking too much truth, apparently. So
I guess. I don't know.
We just keep getting dinged. I think that's a sign of success.
Well, it would be nicer to be dinged with a lot more views and listens. But
right.
I'll go along with that.
Right? Oh, geez.
Yeah, Linktree shit-canned our account for, what do they say, inappropriately using their service.
So what does Linktree do, Trevor?
It hosts links.
So what did we do?
We put links there.
Interesting. Apparently,
so it's not holding on to anything that belongs to us. You can't post there per se. You can go.
Yeah.
Here's my Facebook page. Here's my
YouTube channel.
Here's my merch.
But we apparently violated.
I don't know.
Something.
I opened a ticket. We'll see where that goes, but I'm not sure that we'll come back to using Linktree even if this gets resolved.
Yeah, Keys says the bandhammer will find you. We are on the bandwagon.
That's right.
We're getting canceled, bro.
We are, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting coronaed.
We're getting something.
It is what it is. Bizarre. Bizarre is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, what do we have in store for these fine people tonight?
Oh, we got a little bit of everything. Some news. Some cool stuff, some no sports because
hockey's being lame right now.
Yeah, nothing fun's going on in sports. But
yeah, the World Tag Championship ended a month ago, so
yeah. But we can slide in some news here and kick things off.
Love it.
It's a newsflash, see? Newsflash on Tools Media right now, coming at you live. Over to you, Trevor.
Industrialist Elon Musk
calls Senator Elizabeth Warren Senator Karen in a spat over taxes. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the tweets themselves because that's the fun part. So it starts with Senator Warren saying, let's change the rigged tax code. So the person of the year, which if you didn't know, Elon Musk is Time Magazine's person of the year, which I have some commentary on another thing that they have for the year a little later.
I thought Jodie Whittaker was.
I don't know who that is, but
okay.
Yeah, Elon Musk will be the person of the year. Anyway, she says, so the person of the year will actually pay taxes and stop freeloading off everyone else.
Wow.
Musk replied, stop projecting, and posted a link to a Fox News article saying how Elizabeth Warren is a fraud, talking about her lies about being Native American. And then he said, I love this one. You remind me of when I was a kid and my friend's angry mom would just randomly yell at everyone for no reason. I think every kid had a mom in the neighborhood that was like that.
Just angry Karen.
Please don't call the manager on me, Senator Karen.
I love this guy.
I'm a big fan of Elon Musk. I think the word genius and brilliant get thrown around a little too much with him, but he's pretty well. Brilliant is probably accurate, but when people are like he's a genius, it's like he knows how to take what other people have done and make something awesome out of it.
Right.
You know?
He's the Edison and / Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah. Because Ozzy found all the good guitar players to make great songs and then just sort of sang on them.
That's true.
Yeah. He just went over like badass guitar riffs from
Yeah. So
too much toxic manitude. What's up, Dave?
The one thing I forgot to get like a real deal story on though, and this could have been our sports story, but I'm going to talk about it now. Do you know who the athlete of the year is?
No.
Time Magazine's athlete of the year?
Let me guess.
Simone Biles.
I don't know who that is.
Do you remember who that is? She was a gymnast. We covered how she basically, when the 2020 Olympics happened, although it was 2021 this past summer, she bowed out due to mental health concerns. So she's the athlete of the year and didn't compete in her sport. I mean, she did some competing, but it got to the big show for her sport.
And then didn't do it.
And everybody was like, oh, she's a hero. Okay. I think that's another word that gets thrown around a little too much, too.
You're my hero.
I think there is something noble about saying, I just can't handle this and
right.
You know, it'll be worse for the team, that kind of thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you fall on your sword when you have to.
But that doesn't make you a hero, per se.
No.
Also, I don't know how you can be the athlete of the year when you haven't athleted this year.
Yeah. You technically did not athlete.
It's I don't know. We live in fucking clown world. You know,
it's all topsy-turvy.
A man was the woman of the year.
It happens. It happens. So
the one thing they picked right this year was, I think Elon Musk, is a great candidate to be man of the year. I think that's a good choice.
Sure.
He's doing a lot of cool stuff with Tesla, SpaceX. We wouldn't really have much of a space program without SpaceX and
well, right now, no.
Blue Origin, the Amazon guy's space company.
Blue Dildo.
Yeah.
Hey, so Dave posted this really awesome picture today about the wind.
Yeah.
So I wish I had it. I think I saved it, but I didn't send it to you. I should have. The entire roof blew off of his complex that he was working on.
Ew.
But his porta potty stayed put. His porta john staking.
Some heavy shits.
Yeah. These guys are. Well, the job site's right next to a Taco Bell, so
that'll do it. That'll do
it. But his porta john staking, he rebars those in 7 feet. He said. So I mean, that's what you got to do.
That's especially in Colorado, we can have some wind.
15 semis, I think, got blown over on I-25 between Denver and Walsenburg. It's pretty nuts this last 2 days.
Well,
It was the Windmageddon.
yeah, it was pretty nasty.
More news.
More news. I cut off the headline
When you photoshopped it.
Yeah. I think I have it in the script, so I shall read it. So the headline there is, he spent years in prison for the rape of author Alice Sebold, the subject of her memoir, Lucky, and a judge has just exonerated him. The reason I brought this up, it's actually from a while back. I just heard about it. But this lady has basically made a career on writing books that have to do with her damage from being raped, which I'm not saying she wasn't raped. I don't know that to be a fact. What I do know to be a fact is this guy didn't fucking do it, and she ruined his life.
Right.
He spent decades in prison, and kept insisting that he was innocent. This lady, Alice Sebold, made a fortune between the memoir about her experience being raped, in which she held on to this guy did it, and then I guess she's really famous for the book The Lovely Bones, which later on was made into a movie. But anyways, Broadwater was convicted in 1982. He spent more than 16 years in prison. He was denied parole at least 5 times because he would not admit to the crime, which that sounds bananas if that's what they expect when you go up for parole. He passed 2 lie detector tests on it, which that doesn't say a whole lot because lie detectors are pretty unreliable. Broadwater 61 tried 5 times to get the conviction overturned, and even after he was released, he didn't give up. But it didn't happen until Monday. They finally actually overturned the conviction, not just let him out. So he is now officially considered an innocent man again.
Jeez.
Which is why whenever I see stuff, believe all women, no, believe
Evidence.
credible evidence. Yeah, horrible.
16 years in the joint for not. Yep. Apparently Dave has a new company, Tops and Turds. Should patent that, bro. You need to get after that. That's hilarious.
Let's see this story. Oh, this was awesome. So Senator Rand Paul, who I'm a big fan of, recently was asked about some comments that I think she's a congressman.
She's a communist?
Well, that too. Ilan Omar from Minnesota. She's a Somali immigrant who has come to this country, reaped every benefit that we could possibly extend, and then goes on these rants about how horrible America is on the floor of Congress. Well, Senator Paul had some words about that.
I'm in a town where we have a lot of people who are refugees who have come, some from Somalia, some from Bosnia. I've never heard one of them say that America's a terrible place or be unappreciative of our country. Most of them are thankful. I've met people who have come here from behind the Iron Curtain that got away from communism. They're some of the best Americans we have because they really appreciate how great our country is. And then I hear Representative Omar say, "Oh, America's a terrible place. I'd love to be justice, and there's no justice here." It's like, well, she came here and we fed her, we clothed her, she got welfare, she got school, she got health care, and then lo and behold, she has the honor of actually winning a seat in Congress, and she says we're a terrible country. I think that's about as ungrateful as you can get. And so while I'm not saying we forcibly send her anywhere, I'm willing to contribute to buy her a ticket to go visit Somalia. And I think she could look and maybe learn a little bit about the disaster that is Somalia, that has no capitalism, has no goddamn
see how much better she has it
in
now.
a constitution, and has about 7 different tribes that have been fighting each other for the last 40 years. And then maybe after she's visited some...
Maybe go take a look at where, people forget where they come from and then shit all over everything else.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, we've seen that story so many times. Every Hallmark holiday story. It's like kid from the trailer park gets some money and then he turns into a douche.
Yeah.
You know.
Although in that movie he turns around and like
well, he gets forced to go back
buys the trailer park somehow and makes it cool or
right.
Whatever.
Well, she should, buy Somalia and
why not?
Why not? Make it cool.
Oh. I guess that's all we got for the news. So we'll slide into some cool stuff. And we have some very cool stuff tonight. You ever get on public transportation and just, it's packed and you want a seat?
Yeah.
Well, try this.
Nice. Damn, son. Got you.
Especially in the age of COVID, everyone...
What? I love it. He's like, what?
Everyone will scatter like rats on a sinking ship.
Just
it's amazing.
like, was he coughing or was he just pretending to throw up?
The audio is not great, so I'm not exactly sure. Some of the gestures make it look like he was acting like he was about to throw up. But
yeah, nice. Yeah, that'll do it.
And then this was very cool.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite.
Drinking on my friend's roof.
I'm drinking. Yeah, what took you so long?
So he keeps,
Shut up. Take a beer.
Up my roof. Boom.
Ooh, nice catch.
This guy should be in the NFL.
Who cares? Nothing hits better than a root beer. Get
Right.
up here. Drinks on the house tonight. Take
Drinks
one.
on the house.
Oh, what a catch.
I love it. Drinks on the house. That's the neighbor.
I'm drinking, waiting on Jalen. Come on.
Oh,
he's not as good as of a catch.
We drink on the roof. Get up here. Here, take a beer.
They do.
They both chuckle at him. Yep. Your neighbor doesn't care. Just have a beer.
He doesn't give a shit.
You mind if I come up there? I see somebody drinking on the roof. I'm gonna be like, can I have a beer?
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
What are you guys doing?
I like beer and roofs.
Drinks on the house tonight. Literally. Oh yeah, here you go.
This I guess we can call cool. It's actually kind of sad.
It's really sad. This is everybody pay attention to the math.
So check this out.
$100,000 house. Sure thing, kid. We just need a minimum credit score of 620, the past 2 years of your tax returns, a less than 45% debt to income ratio, and a 20% down payment. Hey, I want to go to school here, but I don't have any money, a credit score, or even know if my degree is going to be able to pay off the loan. Here's $300,000. Have fun, kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the moral of this story is get your student loan, drop out of school, buy a house.
Dude, yeah.
And then use that as equity.
Another thing I saw kind of discussed not terribly recently, but it was a proposal to make small business loans have the same terms as student loans. So
don't have to pay them back at some point.
Well, I mean, there is that with student loans, but their thing was like, what if you got an 18-year-old smart kid that has a good business idea? Why are you going to fund him wasting time for 4 years at a college?
Yeah.
When you could fund him spending, say 3 or 4 years building a business and then getting that off the ground instead of, just spinning his wheels. for a piece of paper, you know? Yeah, it's our priorities are a little fucked.
And all the people I work with in our sales team are all like 25-ish. But they're all like, well, I thought in their brains they're like, well, I thought we were going to get our student loans removed soon. Like they're banking on it.
So are they like not paying?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Some of them. They're banking on that. These politicians are going to go away. Yeah. She's like, well, I just want that. I was like, fuck you, pay it off. You took that loan, pay it back.
Yeah.
Well, it's not fair. How's it not fair? Oh,
I hate that. I can't stand it.
I about got into
Who held a gun to your head and said, take this loan?
Mm-hmm. Like, did you get your degree? Yeah. Cool. I paid off mine. Took me till I was like 35, but I paid mine off.
Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Go on, Keys. Get them. Get them.
Yeah. As Keys said, she hates people her age who think that student loans will just disappear. Yeah, I got into a Twitter thing. Remember, was it last week, a couple weeks ago, when we were kind of talking about student loans? I'm like, the problem is the government getting involved.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought that up in this discussion. And this dude goes, no, you shouldn't have to get a loan. It should just be provided because you pay taxes. I'm like, well, it is provided for 12 years. You got 12 years of free education. Is it supposed to be 16?
Yeah.
Like what?
Make the best of
20?
it. 20?
What if you want to be a PhD? Should it pay for
that? Well, if the government pays for that, then...
And, of course, crickets.
Yeah.
I'm like, you do get school for free for 12 years.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
From the time you're, like 5 until you're 17, 18. Yeah, you don't have to pay a cent.
Unless you want to eat a la carte at lunch.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go back to school, get that loan, pay off my house, not go to school.
I think you get in some trouble if you don't pay tuition with it.
I
don't remember.
I'm sure.
I think you at least. What's the rule? Do you have to at least be enrolled to apply? I don't remember now.
I'm sure you do.
I know there's things you have to do to prove that this is really what I'm going to use this for. I don't know. It's
whatever, as long as you pay it back quick, right?
Or I'm trying to remember mine. It might have gone to the school.
Oh, I'm sure it goes directly to the school.
I think that's what happened. I think they paid the school.
Well, here's an insurance scam that's going on now. And it's the fucking insurance companies. So, the family from America.
Yeah.
The way it's supposed to work is if you lost your roof in this whole thing, right? Mm-hmm. This wind apocalypse. And you go and you get yourself a roofer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you submit that, and then they say, well, the deductible's this, but, and then you got to pay off that shit, right? You got that stupid crap.
Yeah.
The depreciation. So you argue over that shit with your guy. And then the family of America, they do it backwards. What is supposed to happen with every other reputable insurance company is you get the bill from your roofer, you hand it to the insurance company. The insurance company then washes their hands by sending you a check for the amount for that bill to Trevor,
mm-hmm.
made out to, Bob's Roofing.
Right.
And you hold on to that until Bob's done and you're satisfied and the inspector's done, and you hand that over to Bob.
Or when I got my roof redone, whenever that was, a few months back, the way they did it, and I'm sure there's a little bit of differences in different insurance companies, but the way my insurance company did it was they gave me the amount of money. I'm trying to remember. It was like they gave me a portion of it up front. It was like the amount of money to pay for what it's worth right now. And then when it was finished, they went, okay, here's the balance to bring it, because now it's new. You know what I mean?
Still, but did that check come? Did that check come to Trevor Lane, or did it come to the company?
It was PayPal. They PayPal'd it to me.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Which shitty insurance company do you have?
Geico.
Yeah, they're the fucking worst too.
They sub it out to there's a
there's a
farmers or something.
Basically. No, it's probably the family of America then.
Could be.
Because they just send, what they're doing is they send, they're sending you a lump sum and say, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, you're not. Like that's 40% less than what this is going to cost. So they just like,
oh yeah. So what?
And they give you the money. So if you don't,
it's on you, because what I did is then I submitted the invoice that said we fixed everything, and they went, okay, here's the rest.
Mm-hmm.
So they lived up to what they told me they were going to do. It's not like they.
That's good. But they shouldn't give you the money.
I guess, I don't know.
No, they really shouldn't. Everyone else in the world, you get a check made out to the person who did the work, and then you're basically the supervisor.
Yeah.
So all of the fraud. Fraud.
It's all weird. I don't know that that's fraud. I mean,
oh no, because people are taking that money, and then they get it into their bank account, and then it doesn't go into the.
Well, so what he told me was, you're welcome to not fix your roof. It's just everything that I've documented that's wrong with it. If we come back out here and it's still wrong, we're not going to pay anything.
Right. The problem is a lot of people are hiring the contractors and then spending the money.
Sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just got a check, and then
they're fucking over the contract.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I thought you meant the people were being fucked over by the insurance somehow.
Only in the fact that the insurance is just counting on self-government.
Right, which
doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen. We've already have a litmus test for self-governing. If you walk through nobody puts their
as Key says, it's the same people who apply for rent assistance and then continue to not pay rent and just bank the money that the government's giving them.
Yep.
Especially if they're somewhere where they're still upholding these eviction moratoriums.
Yeah. It's getting bad.
Like, no, I don't have to.
Have you ever seen, this is a weird tangent, guys, but have you ever seen the curve of the empire? So most empires live at maximum around 200 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows you their curve of what it has happened to every single what goes wrong. There's the ascent, and then the curve, and then there's the decline.
Mm-hmm.
We are definitely on the downward face of that. We are in the print more money because we're running out of money.
That always a big thing that happened with Rome. Part of why it was advantageous to be a citizen in Rome was their monetary policy. You could count on a Roman coin being made out of gold. Then the empire started putting other stuff in the coins, but it was illegal to say, well, this, I forget what their currency, dinar or whatever, isn't actually worth a dinar. They're like, no, fuck you, it is, because the emperor says it is.
Right.
It's like, yeah, but it's not an ounce of gold or whatever it used to be. And they're like, shut the fuck up, take it. Yeah. You're still going to give the same amount of goods that you would have.
Right. And they moved to a fiat system.
Yeah.
We hit that, technically we hit that, what, in the 70s?
Well, the final nail in the coffin of putting us on fiat was Nixon taking us off the gold reserve.
Mm-hmm.
Even before that, it was like a semi-fiat, because it was on the gold standard, but they dictated what the gold standard was. They dictated an ounce of gold is worth this many dollars. And it's like, but that fluctuates and stuff, and they're like, nope,
it doesn't. It's steady.
It's the standard.
It's a standard. So in that same conversation about student loans, I opened her eyes to the fact that the Federal Reserve is not, and it doesn't have anything to do with the government.
Yeah.
She's like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's a bunch of private banks.
Well, wait. I'm like, yep, I had that same moment when I was about 15.
The only involvement the government has is the president can appoint the board of governors, but that's it.
Can't audit them?
Nope.
Can't set policy for them? Can't even set a bathroom schedule?
Nope.
No.
Nothing.
Industry standard. Pro Tools, bro. Thank you, Ashley. Industry standard.
Well, you know who's not shady?
No. Good segue.
It's that time for a brief word from our sponsor, EXO AutoWorks. So enjoy.
Over here, my brakes made an awful noise, and the last time I got them done, it was so expensive.
You should go to EXO AutoWorks. They did a great job on mine, and it was way cheaper than anywhere else I've been.
That sounds great. I need to get their number from you.
At EXO AutoWorks, we offer the best price on brake service in town. We include brand new brake pads, rotors, and hardware, which saves you money and gets you on the road faster. See our website for a full list of our services. Call EXO AutoWorks today.
That's right.
Thanks, EXO.
Yes, thank you. And that, of course, brings us to our... we have a tool of the week and a man of the week. So we'll start with our tool of the week. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It was National Coming Out Day yesterday. If we were here in person, I would have done this yesterday. My name's Miss Watsy. I'm here. Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
So do you get what's going on?
Thank you. My name's Miss Watsy, and I am.
So she's coming out to her classes that she teaches at the local high school.
First off, she missed the day.
Yes.
Just to be pedantic.
Well, she said they weren't in school that
right.
the actual day. Why?
Second off, stop sexualizing children. These are children in your care.
Yep.
Your sex life is none of their fucking business. Your sexual proclivities are none of their business. You're there to teach them math or I don't know what the hell you're teaching.
I'm sure it's some kind of
Whoa.
All right. Weird social sciences. I don't know what happened.
Did we do the thing again? This is what it is.
Okay, well. Nope, and it's better. Oh, it was you again.
It was me again, man. It's this handsome face.
All right. Well, yeah, like here's my thing. I'm not even sure why coming out is a thing anymore. If we're all accepting it, it used to be a big deal.
Yeah, sure.
And it was like to your family. It was like to tell your dad you're going to be a disappointment.
Yes. They don't make after school specials about this anymore. So
it was not to like.
No, this is just a plea for attention.
Yeah, that's why she put it on TikTok.
Yeah. And her kids like, oh, we're so proud of you, Miss Lamo, or whatever her name is.
Lesbo. Miss Lesbo.
Sure.
We'll go with that.
Lamo, because that was lame.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
And I'm not going to go through the rest of it. It's just the rest of the classes her going, I need to tell you.
This.
Yesterday was National Coming Out Day, so I'm coming out. Okay.
2 minutes of that.
Yep.
Tool of the week for the win.
Definitely. Now,
stop sexualizing children.
Yeah, they don't need to know anything about your private life. In fact,
that should be a crime.
They shouldn't.
It should be a fucking crime.
They shouldn't have any idea. It should be.
Those kids are underage. You don't need to talk to them about sex.
Well, and it's this weird like
about your sex.
Another weird social media thing. Because when we were kids, we've talked about this a couple times before. It was weird if you saw a teacher in the grocery store.
Yeah,
it was like. Wait, you're not just a robot that gets turned off at the end of the day,
right? Put back in the closet and like, I didn't even mean to do that. Just a robot get put back in the closet.
And now because of social media, it's very possible that you'll see a teacher, showing her ass in a bikini on vacation from the summer.
Yep.
On her Instagram.
I mean, none of my
find out she has an OnlyFans. You know what I mean? Like, it's disturbing to me.
You gotta buy them school supplies. Yeah, we live in strange times.
And you certainly don't need to top it off by purposely bringing it into the classroom. Like,
right.
It's bad enough that they can accidentally just discover shit about you that.
Well, it's like the one dude, the other cat from Boulder that we caught on here. He was saying, "These are my little minds. I'm going to mold them into
revolutionaries or whatever. Yeah.
I got 6 months to turn them into revolutionaries and set them out on the world. I was like, you're a dick.
Yeah, no, that's not your goal.
That's not your job.
Yeah. Well, all right. We're going to move on to something that is oddly more uplifting, at least to me. As this says, warning, there's some distressing content. We'll just, I'll set this up a little bit. This is the video you're about to see is taking place at a family-owned pizza place in Philly. So. So dad's running the register.
Dude tries to steal the register.
Yep. And 14-year-old son sends that dude into the next world.
Well.
Oh, okay. He made it? I didn't realize that. It sure looked to me like he was deceased. But I guess he walked away. And, yeah.
Well,
I'm like, oh. Now I'm going to point out, because there's a lot of responses to this video on Twitter and whatnot. One of the big ones is the same one that you heard about, like Antifa and BLM burning places down. You should just take the loss, and insurance will take care of it.
It will be,
like, that's not how any of that works. Number one, especially with a family business, that's something that they've built like together.
Number two, they might not have that rider.
Yeah, number two, they may be either underinsured or completely uninsured.
Yeah, they really might just have like the basic liability
and
if you fall down or something.
And number three, do you know what happens when you do a claim on any kind of insurance? Your bills go up.
Way up.
That's what insurance is for. No.
Insurance.
That's what that Glock is for.
That's what the Glock is for, is to stop having to call the insurance agent, because that agent is going to screw you at a 40% and then going to raise your shit up 50% over the course of the next 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you've ever made a claim, you realize that a few months later you can't afford insurance.
You get in a car accident.
Yeah, then you can't afford car insurance anymore.
Despite all of the...
Even if it wasn't your fault.
Every company does the whole, like, well, even if you get an accident, blah, blah, blah. And then what happens? Well, there's always an exception to that, and guess what? You happen to meet all the qualifications for the exception instead of...
You have to change companies and get...
Yeah.
Yep. So let me just put you in the insurance company shoes. You're in business to take money away from people and pay out as little as possible.
Yes.
Because that's how you make money. You take all that money, put it in slush funds and trusts and fucking stocks and whatever, hedge funds, and you make shit tons of money on it.
And if you can help it, you never pay out a cent.
If you can help it. Do you think those Geico commercials are cheap?
No.
That's some fucking good CGI. That's like Skywalker sound shit with that little fucking lizard.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
That shit's not cheap.
It's not.
That's probably 6 months. Maybe that's like a whole year's fucking insurance for me. Like my whole year's thing barely pays for the rendering of that little...
Just the little dude.
The little dude.
And it's not even the whole commercial.
No,
it's just the little dude.
Yeah, that little scene. Just saying.
All right, well...
Spinning on.
That brings us to the week in his story.
First on the flank, get it started. Get fired and it's flank.
All right, December 16th, 1773. To protest the tax on tea from England, a group of young Americans disguised as Indians throw chests of tea from British ships into the Boston Harbor. And every time we bring this up, I have to point out, most people think of it as the like loose leaf tea that's in a tea bag now. Wasn't quite like that. These were bricks of tea, and when they hit water, they would expand. So this was a big deal because it plugged up the harbor and meant that nothing came in or out.
Right. It wasn't just a loss of product.
No.
Off that ship.
Yeah. It was
legitimately
no ships
clogged.
Can come in and unload their cargo.
Yeah, it screwed up the port.
These ships can't get out to go back and get more.
Oh, by the way, if you dress up as a Native American or Indian, whatever, now, and you storm the White House, you're going to jail. You're a terrorist.
Unless it's to protest the confirmation of a Supreme Court justice you don't like.
Ah, okay.
As long as they're a conservative justice.
But
because I don't know if you remember this.
Could
nearly the exact same chain of events happened when Kavanaugh was being confirmed. They disrupted the confirmation, which was the big deal. Oh, they disrupted a function of the government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what our job is.
So as long as liberals do that, it's fine.
We are the people. We can disrupt your ass.
Anyways.
No, now you're going to jail. Now you can't
Maybe
fly.
that's why we don't have a link tree.
Oh, maybe. Oh. Yeah. Or a YouTube channel, by the way, everybody.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe on our YouTube. Send it out to your friends so we can get back to our...
And it is there on our... What's our new thing? Hype page?
Do you have to pick hype page? That's kind of salty on me, the whole hype thing.
I don't know.
Thanks, Trevor. Rub that in. You're hilarious.
Let's see. December 17th, 2007. I became a dad.
Oh.
And that's not a picture at the time that I became a dad.
I was going to say she came swinging into this world just...
No, not quite. That was a couple years later, but I loved when she would do that super toothy grin anytime you said smile. Like her thing was, it was, I don't know, it was just
it was awesome.
Gives me a kick. How she's like, back then it was, okay, smile.
Yep.
Let's see, December 18th, 1865, slavery is abolished in the United States officially, as the 13th Amendment is formally adopted into the U.S. Constitution, ensuring neither slavery nor involuntary servitude shall exist within the United States or any place subject to its jurisdiction.
So pay off your student loans.
Yeah. Yes. Let's see, December 19th, 1998. I remember this vividly. President Bill Clinton is impeached. The House of Representatives approved 2 articles of impeachment against President Clinton, charging him with lying under oath to a federal grand jury and obstructing justice. Clinton was the second president up to that point to be impeached. Nixon, of course, being the first. Which I was kind of surprised by. I would have thought, because impeachment is just we're bringing charges. It's not the actual kick him out of office like most people think. Oh, he got impeached because he got kicked out. That's not
what that means.
No. Let's see, December 20th, 1941. The Flying Tigers, American pilots in China, known as the, I think they were called like the American Volunteer Squadron, who were not officially part of the military, and were there long before Pearl Harbor. I'm not saying there's any kind of conspiracy here, but clearly somebody was ready for war with Japan. American pilots in China enter combat against the Japanese over Kunming.
Couldn't get through that like an adult, could you?
No, couldn't.
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't.
Saw it coming, and you couldn't do it.
Let's see, December 21st, 1986. Speaking of China, 500,000 Chinese students gather in Shanghai's People's Square, calling for democratic reforms, including freedom of the press. This would lead up to the massacre in Tiananmen Square. It was part of the same, like, summer protest or
movement,
winter protests.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, how gutsy do you have to be to do stuff like this in the winter? Because I mean, these people must have really believed in what they were going after, because most protests fizzle out as soon as weather gets cold.
Yeah, really does.
That's why you didn't see much when Rittenhouse was acquitted.
Yeah, it's too cold to go outside.
It's too cold to go burn shit down.
That's fucked up, but it's true.
Especially in Minnesota.
I wonder if they planned it that way.
Or, sorry, Wisconsin.
We come from Wisconsin with all our brats and beers.
And finally, December 22nd.
Oh, by the way, just fun fact. You see how many people came out to protest for freedom of the press there in China?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look where I got them.
Yeah.
We're the people. We have the power. We have the numbers.
Yeah. You know what they don't have? Guns.
Guns.
December 22nd, 1944.
I know that guy.
During the Battle of the Bulge, General Anthony McAuliffe, the fellow on the right there, responds to a German surrender request with a one-word answer: nuts.
Nuts.
This, at least according to the movie Patton, inspired Patton to go, someone that eloquent has to be saved. And Patton drove his army in to help this guy out.
Uh-huh. So back then, you guys know what that means, right?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You must surrender. Surrender to the German army.
You cannot win.
Cannot win. Surrender.
And he went,
nuts.
Why don't you fuck off? So that has been the week in his history. And that also brings us to the end of the show. Or close to it, anyways.
Yeah, pretty much. We're trying to keep these bite-sized and digestible.
Yeah.
So, you got anything going on this weekend, buddy?
We're doing a little birthday thing for Abby, but other than that, no.
Yeah.
The big deal is next week we're driving down to Lamar to hang out at the mother-in-law's house. So, speaking of that programming note, there won't be a show next Thursday.
Fair enough. I mean, isn't it like Christmas Eve?
Close. It's like the 23rd. Yeah. So Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Christmas Eve. Good. I will be drunk in a dumpster somewhere. It'll be fucking nice.
Okay.
Yeah. That's tradition, right? Come from a trailer park?
Oh, yeah. Yes. That is
I've not lost my roots.
That is trailer park Christmas tradition.
That's right. Well, that does it for our plugs. Oh, jeez. We'd like to thank our sponsors, though, for reals. It's great to be working with EXO AutoWorks and Enharmonic Studios. And if Trevor ever gets me those files, Enharmonic Studios will actually do some work around here. Thanks for watching and or listening, and check us out on the web at mantoolsmedia.com. Our social media is at hypage/mantoolsmedia. So they call it the Hype, HYPAGE.
That is correct.
The Hype page.
That is correct.
Because Linktree fucked us in the drive-thru.
That's right.
We're going to work on getting everything that we used to have on the tree of the links.
It's got a lot of stuff there already, but I'm just, it's going to be a little bit of a process to just get everything.
Yeah. Good job, Trevor. Sorry, man.
That sucks.
You just keep getting hemmed up on that whole interwebs thing. I think it's because you keep going on them twatters and the Reddits and fighting with people.
I don't know. But okay. But that should get me banned from Twitter, not Linktree.
Not Linktree. Yeah, what the fuck?
So I don't understand.
Bizarre.
Yeah. Here's what I'm guessing happened with Linktree. We have presences on some of these no censorship or alternative social medias like Gab and Minds and stuff. I'm wondering if they have some kind of policy where they've decided that everyone over on those is Nazis, and if you have a link to that, we're shit canning you.
Maybe they should.
Which is possible, but also the flip to that is it's not that hard to set up your end of this service to go, anything with a Gab link, we're just going to delete that link.
Right. Instead of shit canning everything.
Yeah. So I don't know. And the other thing is somebody could be a cunt and just reported us and they decided, looks like a good candidate to get shit canned. I don't know.
This week I had to retake over the Enharmonic Studios Google page.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was weird.
Okay.
Some
kind of fraud stuff, or
it was just
identity thievery?
Somebody just, I'm very certain it was local competition that said, oh, they're shut down permanently.
Oh.
Made suggestions over and over and over again. So
Yeah.
I didn't even know. So I kicked it on.
That's
and
interesting.
I got like 4 calls already this week.
I was on Reddit, in the small business Reddit, and somebody was complaining. This is pretty wild. A competitor of theirs, they run a laundromat, and a competitor of theirs is doing a coupon book that says 40% off to their place, to the other people's place, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, that's a little weird because that drives. I guess the idea is it drives traffic to them, and then people get upset because they're not honoring the coupons.
And then they Yelp and they say this place sucks.
Doesn't honor its coupons. Yeah,
and then you lose like 40% of your business.
I don't know. It's cutthroat.
I'd be like, cool, all right, honor them.
Yeah, that was one of the big suggestions. The other one was to call the local news because they love stories like that. They love those scam alerts and shit like that.
Scam alerts.
And then you can really get the word out. If you see this coupon, this isn't us.
You're getting scammed by that guy.
Yeah.
Take it to him.
Yeah. And of course, wherever you find us, wherever we're left,
wherever we end up,
like, subscribe, share, rate, review, all that good stuff.
Light this dumpster on fire. It'll be great.
And I think that
it's better than a bus fire. Yeah. I mean, bus fires are horrible. Like, there's windows. It's like, kids are trying to jump out the window.
Say, especially if
everybody's stuck in there. Yeah,
like,
it's bus fire.
Yeah.
At least we're just a dumpster fire.
Yep. Well,
on that note,
good night, everybody.